Hello everyone, this is Zeeebo and welcome to this Chaos Zero Nightmare video. So in this Chaos Zero Nightmare video, we're going to talk about a concept which I sort of picked up as I was referring to other people's 30-star clear guides for the Hyper Basin dungeons in general, and that is deck thinning. So I do not have Veronica, neither do I have Maylin. I have Aronoa, but I don't have her built up. So basically, I'm stuck in this cycle of using the best units I have to clear through the dungeons in as little turns as possible to secure the 3-star. So this idea of deck thinning is insanely important because there are times where you want to run your support for the sustain or the buffs or the equipment bonus over here for all the different abilities, but you don't want too many of the support cards of these units. For example, in Mika's case, we don't actually need too much of her healing cards. We can actually make do with whatever I'm running right here. Whirlpool for some heal, for some AoE. Blessings of Waves for massive AoE with Fortitude. Deluge for the additional wave per turn, as well as Source of Water for the AP coverage right here. So this is where deck thinning comes in. When you go into your Chaos dungeons, you want to remove as many of those unimportant cards as possible. So this allows you to draw precisely into your DPS cards more consistently and avoid all the very useless waste a turn to heal up kind of card. Because certain cards, when you use them or you get them at the start of battle, like water barriers, they're not that good, right? Because you're at full HP, that one card is much better off being a DPS card. So having as thin a deck as possible for certain teams, for certain units, for certain combos that you're trying to run is very good. And one of the units which I think most people should be using right now and would actually appreciate some deck thinning is Ray. So Ray is also insanely good for the different support abilities like Strike of Darkness for that massive boost, the Predator Blade for that damage, as well as the 4 morale in one turn, as well as all the different buffs she's able to provide. Outside of all these core cards right here, the other cards are not that bad. Like Dark Blade, they're not bad, but the thing is, you did rather have your carries have the DPS cards in the place of Dark Blade. So by reducing the number of cards you have in Ray's deck itself, chances are you won't draw into the useless card on turn 1, and this is where you're able to fully focus on your DPS damage output for you to push for the 12 turn limits. So without further ado, let's do some showcase of what deck thinning can do in terms of the Hyper Basin run so that you guys know what I'm talking about in terms of the deck thinning portion benefiting your runs itself. Okay, so right here, we're gonna do Glory and Authority level 9. So we haven't cleared it yet. It's going to be a bit challenging for us because our units are a little bit under-leveled, but we should be able to clear it with our thinned out deck over here. So our Rin currently is running a full DPS build. So we want to cycle through her cards as fast as possible to get all the different buffs online. And then we have Ray super thinned out to sort of buff up all the 1-cost cards in general, which is what my Rin mainly runs. So mainly 1-cost except for her Dark Sword 3rd form. And then we have our 4-card Mika right here so that we have some heals, but it doesn't hinder with our damage output. So without further ado, let's start the battle. So in the event of a Hyper Basin battle, you want to output damage as fast as possible, right? So this is where having a very thinned out deck allows you to draw into your core cards really quickly. So right here, we're going to get Deluge. See what we get from the gear bag. Okay, hopefully something that can proc our Dark Mace. Nice. Dark Mace is activated. Yeah, we're going to use Annihilation. So we can use Belligerent. Resonating Darkness right here. I think we can still use Belligerent for more draws. Source of Water. I kind of want to keep my Dark Mace up, so we're going to use Black Dance instead of the other one. Anyway, I do have more cards to combo with the 4 morale, so it's fine. Let's take a look at the deck itself. I think we should be able to get more, right? So we're just gonna throw more damage at the boss. So a thinned out deck gives you that massive draw potential if you have a lot of draw cards available. Right of Darkness, Dark Blade, Rally. Actually, I should rally first. Okay, fine, it's okay. Just maximum DPS output here. Okay. Initial for the upgrade. I think I have to buff up Sword Form for damage. Oh my god, Overwhelm came so late. Overwhelm, you came so late. I'll buff Overwhelm so that I can hit like multiple targets. Okay. And then we get this for additional morale. I don't need the fortitude. I think we can toss out some cards from the draw pile so that we don't draw into them. I think I don't want Dark Blade. We're gonna toss out Dark Blade. Just draw and see what we get. Belligerent? Okay. I'm not able to use it unfortunately because I have a Whirlpool stuck in hand. Yeah, there's no buff also, so no point using it. Okay. So right here, if this was a Hyper Basin battle, we should be on track to clear it. So right here, there's a whole bunch of double cuts. I can do a Predatory Blade into Drawing Slash into this too. This is what we're gonna do. Drawing Slash into this too. Okay, Belligerent Blade. Dark Mist. Okay, really nice stuff. So we can empty our hand because our deck is super duper thinned out. So that we maintain our health while outputting damage at the same time. So you can see that we keep on drawing into the same cards because that's what we want in terms of the different like card cycling because we have so little cards in our deck. So right here we're gonna rally. So we draw all the cards back first and then we can use Light of Judgment to draw one card from our rain. Okay, nice. Good. Back to Belligerent again. So here we I think we'll use this first, then we use the form for draw. Okay, draw. Hopefully a DPS card. Another Belligerent, let's draw. GG. Yeah, so that's pretty much what deck thinning can do. You just keep on drawing into the core cards for your deck so that your DPS or your supports draws into the cards that you need them to draw into more easily. So yeah, do practice this deck thinning for yourself. Go into the dungeons, use the remove cards from all the different events, from all the different shops, so that you're able to thin out your deck to only having the core cards in your decks in general. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye guys!